Hello, and welcome back to one of our mini training sessions on Workbooks CRM, aimed at existing Workbooks users or indeed anyone seriously looking at Workbooks as a new CRM system. And in this one, we're going to cover products, not often found in CRM systems. Now, products and services are at the heart of your sales process, of course, and by managing your product information effectively in Workbooks CRM, right in the CRM, you not only can streamline the creation of quotes and orders and invoices and all those kind of financial transactions that Workbooks is so good at tracking, but also you ensure your sales team has always got centrally held, accurate, up-to-date product information at their fingertips. So by having this information in your CRM, it means less time spent on manual data entry, maybe creating those quotes, fewer errors if you think about it. And then because it's actually tracked in the system, you can then analyze product performance, sales, profit margin, and so on, and make better decisions going forwards. In this session, then, we're taking a closer look at products in Workbooks and especially how they are set up and the options you've got in there. Hello then, my name is Tim Wilmot and I'm joined by my colleague Stuart Lawrence and Hind. Pass over to Stuart shortly. And our company, Wizard Systems, we're a leading independent CRM solutions provider of systems like Workbooks, and we help out organizations use simple solutions, affordable solutions to improve their sales, marketing, and customer service productivity. So thanks for joining us, those of you on here live for our Workbooks, our mini Workbooks training session, our regular series of short Workbooks presentations focusing on different topics. And as I said, in this one, we're going to look at products. Now, the audio part of this call, this presentation is one way only. If you've got a question relating to what we're talking about, please pop that into the question box on your meeting control panel, and Stuart and I will do our best to answer that at the end. Okay, let's go right into it then. I'll pass over to you, Stuart.
Okay, as mentioned, Workbooks allows you to store your products and services inside the CRM. You can then use them in your quotes, your orders, your invoices. It just means that any items that you sell to a person or a company are viewed on their record. You've got this access. We can then report on certain products or services as they're all in the CRM. So I'm on the transaction tab of a person and the company that he works for, and I can see all the contracts, the credit notes, the invoices, the orders, and the quotes that Alan and Atlantic have. So if I open up a posted one here, let's take a look at this quote. And it's all the basic information. I've got the company details at the top. I've got the name of the quote there. You can see these products, and these products are within the system, which means that my price is set up for me. Any tax codes are set up for me. There may be discount here. It's all done for me in the system. So all I do is go and find the products and put them on the quote. So how do we do this? Probably the easiest way to do it is to go and have a look at the products themselves. So products you'll find inside the marketing menu. When you open them up, any products that you've already got are in here. And you'll notice there are two groups, two views set up for you straight away. There is all products for sale and all products for buying, because you could have supplier information in here as well. So I'm going to pick one of these. This is all sort of just fun data to have a look at. I'll pick the Black & Decker drill. And there's a lot of basic information here that gets you started. We've got its basic description. What sort is it? Well, it's hardware. How many do we sell? Well, we sell one at a time. So each, that's the unit we sell. On the right-hand side, we've got the default price, the default cost price. Any tax codes are in there as well. It's all laid out for you. Where it gets clever is this bit further down. Now, this is where we can control what we're doing with this product. And the first thing we have here is pricing schemes. So pricing scheme, it just means that we can set up sort of a range of prices for this product as well as that default price. So that default price that we had up here, $68.99, I can tell the system, and I've done this sort of a summer DIY campaign, that if someone was to buy this drill between the 1st of June to the 30th of June, it's $63.99. It will be automatic. Whoever is producing this quote just adds the product. The CRM knows the date and puts the appropriate price in. So that's great for things like summer campaigns or winter campaigns. You can build up this list of various prices that you have. It also means that the pricing scheme could be for particular customers, the gold and silver customer, or charity, or government, and so on. So the person building the quote doesn't need to know this. When you go to the customer's record, click on new quotation, the system knows that I've opened up this customer that is platinum. And so the system then knows that if I add a product to this platinum customer, it will use the platinum pricing scheme, and the right prices will be adjusted for that person, all done automatically. Supply schemes, probably similar to pricing schemes. It just means that it's here that you can store all the places that you might get this drill from. So you've got supply details and the prices that they sell this product to you. It just means that you've got multiple costs coming in. It means that you don't have to recreate this product for each supplier in the system. And it just means that we can then use that information to produce those special prices. Okay, the third item. Now, component bundle. This is a little bit tricky to do with drill. But the idea is that if you have 2 or more items that you sell separately, this feature allows you to sell them as one item. For example, you might sell office equipment, so desks, chairs, lamps, and so on. And they're all listed in your database individually. What you could do is you can make a new product, call it home office, and then you add one particular desk, one particular chair, and one lamp. And that just becomes one product. The end user of the CRM just puts in that home office product, and the system will put the 3 items into the quote for you. They're very nice, very easy. So the last tab is bundle. And this shows where this product is being sold as part of a bundle, a collection of products. And here I can see there's a product here called a BD bundle, right? If I quickly pop up and have a look at BD bundle here, we can see that there's the products, again, all the basic information, there's the price. But you'll notice now I've got component products have items in. So there's 3 Black & Decker products. I have a cordless drill, a hammer drill, and a circular saw. So I can now see at a glance when I look at a product if it's been used in other products around the system. In this case, yes, it's a full set of power tools. And that's it, really, products, pricing, and bundles. Tim, I'll hand this one back to you.
Thanks very much, Stuart. Of course, you can customize the product table as well. So you can add in your own custom fields if there's any other way that you need to profile and categorize your products and services, or indeed you need certain information to go on the quote from the product as well. That'd be another good way of creating custom fields in the product area. Right, just before we go on to questions then, just a brief mention about Wizard Systems. So all we do is CRM. We do actually provide a number of different CRM solutions, including workbooks. But as regards workbooks, we're a one-stop shop. We provision the product. We can set it up for you, implement it to your requirements, customize it to your requirements, provide you the training as well at your place or our place. We're based in Bristol, UK. Or we can do training online as well, and all the ongoing help desk support as well. So you're not alone. We're here to make sure you get the most out of workbooks. Right. So questions then, Stuart. first question from Ronan. Can I import a list of products and their prices into Workbooks CRM from a spreadsheet, or do I need to enter them manually?
No, you can add them from a spreadsheet. You'd need to convert the spreadsheet to a CSV, but products is one of, at the last count, 27 different areas of the CRM that you can import data straight into. So yes, if you've got them in a spreadsheet, easy to import them straight into the CRM.
And I guess just going back to what I just said previously with custom fields in the product table, looking at the columns in your Excel spreadsheet, make sure that you can, do you need to map those columns to a field in products in Workbooks? So just do that check there to make sure it's all set up. You can map everything, and then off you go. Standard import. Right. Second question from Viv. How can I set up different pricing schemes for specific customers or contracts within the products module in Workbooks CRM? So special prices.
Yeah, that sort of comes down to, I kind of alluded to it earlier, didn't want to go too deep into it, but that's where your pricing schemes would come in. I talked about having this summer bundle price, but you could build it up so that rather than it just be for a particular period, it could be for where a customer is a particular criteria. I mentioned gold and silver and government, but by using pricing schemes, you would have your default price, $99.99, but if they were a government customer, it would be, a set discount off every product, or they would have their own set prices. But yeah, pricing schemes is where you'd control different prices for different customers.
It's going to make sure when you do your quotes that that particular type of customer is going to get the right price, and you don't embarrass yourself or your company by putting in the wrong price. They get the right cost. Haley is asking, how do I sync my product list in Sage with Workbooks? So I guess that's going to be Sage 50 or Sage 200. Shall I answer that, Stuart?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess well, you've got to export your products from Sage, which is fairly straightforward to do, Sage 50 or 200, and then again making sure you've got a way of mapping that information to the product information in Workbooks as regards the part number, description, tax codes, and so on. So yeah, a very straightforward process. Not a sync as such. It would be exporting from Sage and then importing into Workbooks. But that import profile you can then retain, and then say if you do this on a regular basis, like maybe you do it every week or every month, depending on the frequency of your pricing changes in Sage. Then just re-import it. So once you set it, you just re-import it again, and it either going to overwrite or append new information. You've got different options. We have covered this in our import feature in previous 101s, but the ability to update or append. Okay. Viv is asking another question. Can you make a product unavailable?
Oh yeah, good question. Yeah,
you want to keep it in the system, I guess, and for reporting or historical purposes. But yeah, make it so you can't quote. So you can't quote with it from it.
Yeah, I think the suggestion that I had previously was that the supplier wasn't able to supply it to them, so they didn't want it to be available to sell, which does make perfect sense. And I sort of skipped past this, but the top half of the product, where you have the product code and the description and its category, there are two tick boxes, and one is available to be sold, and the other is available to be bought. So if you just know that it's not available at this moment, if you untick available to be sold, it will no longer appear in that products list when you're building your quote. It's still there to be reported on, still exists throughout all your existing quotes and all your orders. It just means until you tick it again, it's not available to sell.
Okay, I don't think there's any more questions, so thanks the three of you for those. Right, so in drawing things to a close now, current release we're on with Workbooks is 7.4 as of April 2025. Do you fancy a CRM review there? Would you like us to arrange an online call with you via Zoom or Teams, and we can go through how you're using CRM and then draw up a plan going forward, say the next 6 months, 12 months, for a better use of Workbooks CRM? So let us know if you'd like for us to arrange that. And also, just a reminder, please let us know of any topics that you can think of that we haven't covered on previous Workbooks 101s that you think would be of interest to the Workbooks community out there. Love to hear from you to potentially include those topics in future sessions. So those of you on here live, or if you're watching a recording, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you soon on the next Workbooks CRM event. Thank you. Bye-bye.